Hi, I'm Shelley Wood. You might know me from shelleywood.com. This is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today, I'm going to show you how to make these Victorian style boots, which will fit 14-inch to 15-inch dolls. That's 35 to 38 centimeters tall. Like your Hearts for Hearts girls and Wellie Wishers and similar sized dolls. But before we begin, please go to shelleywood.com to download this free printable sewing pattern. Use the pattern to cut out each of these pieces. Now, I have a little hint. Only cut out one boot at a time to avoid mixing the pieces for the right and left foot. Lay the back panel piece over the front panel, aligning the notches at the bottom of each piece. So you'll see me laying one over the top of the other and then aligning those notches. Sew from the notch area to the point where they separate. Take a look at the seam guide on your pattern and you'll see what I mean. Align the heel frame with the boot's upper pieces. Flip it upside down against the upper pieces. So you want to align this little bump with where there's kind of a dip in the white pieces. Sew the heel frame to the upper pieces along the edge where they meet. Incorporate the stitches you made earlier. Now when you flip the heel frame back down, there will be some felt overhanging on one side. That's okay, you want that. If you've sewn heel to heel, this extra felt will match this part of the front panel pattern. When we attach the sole to the heel frame, you want to line it up with the heel bump in the heel frame. So this heel needs to line up with that bump. It's a good idea to compare your pattern pieces to make sure the sole faces the right direction. You don't want to accidentally have a left foot on a right upper. Okay, so I'm looking at where the heel is and aligning it with that bump. See that bump? Right there. That's how I know where to sew it. Starting at the heel of the sole, stitch the sole to the heel frame along just one side, from the very tip of the heel along. Here's how it should look now. So I'm just showing you what it looks like. Okay, now we're going to line the heel frame up to sew the rest of the heel to the heel frame. Wind the rest of the heel frame around that sole and stitch it in place just like you did on the other side. Now here's how it should look at this point. So I like to show you in 3D so you get a feel for it. So there's quite a bit of open space on the sole. And of course this top part still opens a little. Now bring the upper sections together at the front and stitch it together from the top down to the frame. Temporarily, you're only going to do this temporarily, you're going to invert the boot and then you're going to attach the toe piece to the bottom of the sole. So here we are inverting so that I'm looking at the right side of the fabric. Okay, you can't see your stitches now. And what we're going to do is we're going to get that toe piece and line it up. That notch is to kind of guide you. And sew toe to sole from one edge of the heel frame to the other edge of the heel frame. Flip the whole boot inside out now, including the toe that you just attached. What I'm doing here is turning that toe piece right side out for just a moment so I can see if the white part's notch matches the dark part's notch. Okay, now just like the written instructions said, I'm turning the whole thing inside out again, so we're looking at the wrong side of all of it, including the toe piece. And now what we do is we pinch together the top of the toe piece and bring it together with the loose edges of the whole upper section. Okay, and you can see the notches come together. Attach the toe to the upper section of the boot, including the sides of the heel frame as you sew. And again, there is a notch to guide you so that you know where to attach it. I'm just using a backstitch here, but I definitely recommend sewing by hand. Okay, invert the boot. As long as you've got your notches lined up, it should fit right. And there we go. That looks so cute. These were so much fun to design. I really enjoyed. They were tricky, I'll give you that, but they were fun. Sew snaps onto the flap to create a closure. It looks especially nice if you also attach beads on the outside in a contrasting color to look like tiny buttons. They're actually false buttons. Now you're ready to try them on your doll. The snaps work best with felt is what I've found. You don't want Velcro because felt just sticks to the Velcro. Okay, for more free printable sewing patterns to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, please remember to visit my website, shelleywood.com. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos and all my free patterns, please share them on your favorite social media platforms. It really helps my website grow if you spread the word. Goodbye.